stand after every keyword to show that you're listening. You're always going to make sure that you are facing the front and sitting up. And you're going to make sure that you tap the desk twice and raise your hand and then address me accordingly. I keep listing them so that it stays in your minds. Do you understand? Speaking, you're right. Thank you, Logan. You also spoke out of turn, but Riley did not address me accordingly. Riley, the consequence for not addressing me accordingly with your most esteemed Chairman Gilmore, or the most honorable Chairman Gilmore, you need to stand up, please. Riley's going to show you all what your consequence is. You need to make a small bow and say, "I beg your forgiveness." I beg your forgiveness. Now, Joel, is there a problem? Joel, could you stand up for me, please? Because you're doing a great job of showing us something. Joel was not sitting in his desk the appropriate way. He was not face front. His back was touching several different surfaces there. So Joel, what you're going to need to do is just come to the middle over here where there's some open space and sit on the floor.
The whole hour?
Oh. Until I say stop.
My face is red.
Oh. Stuart, is there a problem? Is your back touching that? This is going to be a real struggle for a lot of people in this class. You're only allowed to speak when you're standing on that black mat. So if you want to speak and be recognized, you need to tap your table twice, raise your hand, wait to be acknowledged, address me accordingly, go over to the mat, say what you need to say. Yes, Daria?
This is like real.
Everyone's got some real trouble because none of that was funny, and they are absolutely real. This is what class is. And Dario, you didn't address me accordingly.
No, you're sitting down.
No, that's not the rule. So you need to bow and ask for forgiveness. So you just bow a little. I beg your forgiveness. Esteemed Chairman Gilmore. Esteemed Chairman Gilmore. Riley, can you stand up for me, please? It's been brought to my attention that you are touching the back of the chair when you were sitting, so I need you to come up in front of Gabby, please, and sit on the floor. Discuss that. You're talking out of turn. So Riley, I'm sorry, not Riley, Kylie, what I need to have happen is this, because you broke that rule, you weren't following directions. I need you to put one hand over your mouth and the other on top of your head. Yes, Alexis?
Steam, whatever,
Yes.
like, did they do this during this time? Because I don't think they did this in meetings. So, why are we doing this?
Because these are the new rules for class. This is what it is. Have a seat. Thank you for your contribution. I want to discuss your work from yesterday. You started to define what a utopia was and what a dystopia was. Could somebody please tell me what a utopia is?
Most Honorable Chairman Gilmer. A utopia is an imaginary place in which the government, laws, and social conditions are perfect.
That sounds like a pretty nice place. Thank you, Julie. That sounds pretty nice. By contrast, can somebody tell me what a dystopia is? Somebody who's not Julie.
Honorable Chairman Gilmore, a dystopia is an imaginary place or state where everything is unpleasant or bad.
So, thank you. Riley, have a seat back here. I need to get into this for a second. Dario, you spoke out of turn, so I need you to cover with one hand your mouth and with the other hand put it on top of your head, please. Thank you. Riley made an interesting point, right? Julie told us that a utopia is where the government is peaceful and kind and everybody, right, it's a wonderful place. And Riley's definition of a dystopia was literally the exact opposite, where it's unpleasant, it's unkind. In your opinion, where would you rather live? Somebody who hasn't answered yet, please. Joel, looks like he wants to answer, so go ahead and come on up, please.
Wait, why did you want
Where would you rather live, dystopia or utopia? You'd rather live in a dystopia?
This is the utopia, right?
People think that we live in a utopia here in this class. It's very sweet of you. And it's not going to get you out of trouble because you spoke out of turn and you still have to go back and sit on the floor. So when you get there, you need to cover your hand and your mouth and your head, please. Aaliyah, can you stand up for me, please? It was brought to my attention that you were sitting with your back touching the back of your chair. So I need you to please come on up here, over here, and sit on the floor. Thank you. I feel like there's not a lot of, are you listening? Right now I'm just checking if you're listening. I feel confused about why you're all standing up. That's strange. All right, I don't know what that's about. I feel like we need a little more energy. Okay, so it's maybe do some exercise to get us kind of going. Please, without speaking, stand up, push your chairs in, and stay right where you are. Stop. You can stop for the exercise, Mario.
All right, we're going to do the basic step. To the left. Take it back, man. One hop this time.
Logan, can you come up and show what a good job looks like, please?
Left foot, let's stop. Cha-cha, real smooth. Turn it out. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Cha-cha now, y'all. Now it's time to get funky.
Thank you.
To the right.
Mario, you're not following directions. I need you to do 5 jumping jacks, please.
Take it back now, y'all. One hop this time. One hop this time.
Gabby, can you come up and show what a good
Right
job
foot,
looks
2
like, please?
stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Crisscross. Cha-cha.
Riley, you're not following directions. Please do 5 jumping jacks.
Let's go to work. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. 2 hops this time. 2 hops this time. Right foot, 2 stumps. Left foot, 2 stumps. Hands on your knees.
Thanks,
Hands on your knees.
Humbo, can you please come and show what a good job looks like?
There we go. Cha-cha now, y'all. Turn it back. To the left.
Honorable chairman, or most esteemed chairman, that was fun.
I don't like rules.
So why didn't you?
So I don't know how I didn't want to like.
There wasn't a rule about
They don't want to get in trouble.
revolting.
I didn't want to be the only person to just get up and walk out. You know.
Okay.
I felt like we were in psychology we're like doing like if you're told to do something like why do you do it like I kind of felt like we were doing that like,
Because an authority told you to do it,
Yeah.
so you were doing it.
yeah
So my next question, why were you doing it? Who am I to tell you?
Most
I
honorable
mean,
chairman.
clearly, the second or third time that Jenny and Carlos stood up, a whole bunch of other people stood up too. Why did you do that?
Conformity.
Conformity?
Because they did.
that's pretty good.
Say it louder, Jenny.
They don't want to.
Groupthink theory.
Groupthink theory. Does everybody know what groupthink is? Have you heard of this before?
Psychology.
Most of you have taken psych, so you know it. So time out. Ready? If you don't know it, Gabby, can you give us just like 2 minutes on what groupthink is?
Groupthink is conforming to who you believe has the best idea, or has more knowledge than you do. You go along with what they're saying because you believe they're right, just because they think you know what they're doing.
And why is it called groupthink and not like conformity think?
Because it's a group of people. It's like, I don't know, the whole group goes along with what one person's doing because they're doing it. They're like leading.
No, is this always a good thing or always a bad thing, or does it vary?
It's very
Right? Because riots start because one person throws a bottle, right? Like, you may know instinctively that that's a terrible idea and no good will come of it, right? But you still go along with it. Because everybody else does. Does it make sense? It's 1984. Specifically. So, do you know what a totalitarian state is? I want you to take a minute and I want you to discuss with your group if you know.